Did you know that well-known Tesla bull Cathie Wood just issued a very serious and contentious warning regarding Tesla stock? Considering how well Wood researches the economics before speaking and sharing her thoughts with the public, this might be something to think about. Be sure to pay close attention and continue watching to hear Cathie Wood's thoughts. With all that has been going on in the world that has an impact on the economy, both directly and indirectly, it is difficult for experts to make predictions with any degree of accuracy. Nevertheless, analysts can only make short-term forecasts based on data and numbers. They are unable to make long-term projections given the current volatility of the economy. Watch today's video to learn why Cathie Wood just issued a highly contentious warning regarding Tesla shares. Tesla is an American automobile and sustainable energy firm that creates, develops, produces, leases, and markets energy generation and storage systems, as well as electric vehicles in the US and other countries. With aspirational environmentally conscious objectives, Tesla rose to global recognition. Although investors and analysts have different perspectives on Tesla's present position in the stock market, many of them are still optimistic and think the stock is a wise long-term investment. Financial specialists believe that there is a good chance that the globe is about to enter a catastrophic worldwide recession for most people. This could seem very frightening, but not for one of the richest individuals on the planet. It seems that Musk adopted bring it on mentality in light of the anticipated global recession. He went so far as to suggest that everyone might benefit from this. Cathie Wood, a well-known Tesla bull, recently posted a cautionary note regarding the company. According to Forbes, Cathie Wood is an American investor, a renowned stock picker, and the founder, CEO, and IO of ARK Invest, a $60 billion firm that makes investments in cutting-edge technologies like genomics and self-driving cars. Because of her ability to persuade others with her investing arguments and her track record of success supporting her surprisingly astute claims, Cathie Wood is frequently referred to as the most underappreciated investor in the game. Additionally, she is well known for giving monthly updates on a variety of topics, including innovations, monetary and economic policies, what's to be expected in her area of expertise, and commentary on choices made by the Federal Reserve System. Recall that Cathie Wood said earlier this year that we don't have an inflation problem. The well-known investor seems to be sticking to her guns, as she said, we are not overly concerned in reference to how rates and inflation are hurting ARK. Actually, Wood's massive stockpiles serve as proof that inflation will decline. She continued, the massive inventories now held by U.S. companies suggest that inflation will die down. Renowned tech investor Cathie Wood sticks to her investing strategy of placing risky bets on hot potential leaders like Tesla, even though her money was severely damaged during the stock market meltdown caused by concerns about inflation and rising interest rates due to the various worldwide problems that have lately plagued the world's economy. Tesla's stocks recently fell precipitously. Problems with supply chains and growing gas prices are only two of the challenges that the entire world has experienced recently. Nevertheless, Wood said in a recent interview with Goldman Sachs that deflation is by far the... In an interview with Ed Ludlow at the 2022 Up Summit, conference on the future of mobility organized by Walmart Inc., ARK Invest, and Update Partners, venture capital firm funding mobility startups, Wood stated that he personally believes that deflation, not inflation, will soon overtake inflation as the main driver of the financial markets as a result of slowing global economic growth. During a webinar, Wood, a well-known investor whose ARK Innovation Fund surged during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 but has underperformed the market in the past year, revealed that historically low consumer sentiment, growing gas prices, and accelerating technological innovation will have an impact on sectors like energy stocks, which have performed well this year. Wood said, we think value techniques are vulnerable. Deflation is a bigger concern than it has ever been. U.S. equities and bonds have plummeted during the previous 2 trading days, indicating that the benchmark's 500 is in a bear market. This is due to the recent release of higher than expected inflation statistics, which shows prices growing at their quickest pace in 41 years. Due to the 30 or more declines in its main holdings, Tesla Inc., Zoom Video Communications Inc., and Roku Inc., ARK Innovation has lost 61 of its value so far this year. Tesla Inc. has been one of ARK's most well-known investments. Following at least 4 consecutive quarters of holding reductions, ARK resumed purchasing Tesla after the company's stock dropped by about 50. Do you worry about deflation as much as Cathie Wood does? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. Many investors are worried about Musk's involvement in multiple ventures and his time being divided between them. Wood stated it's critical that he continue working at Tesla to supervise the advancement of autonomous driving, a field of transportation that our company projects will bring in $10 trillion by 2030. Wood stated he needs to stay around for the autonomous side of it, not that EV side. She was alluding to the dropping costs of international transportation and the probable markdowns at stores brought on by large stocks. Wood restated that the inflationary pressures are starting to become less severe. I do think we are on the other side of the inflation problem, Wood stated. I think the rates market is telling us that inflation will eventually come down to levels consistent with positive real growth. She continued later. She expressed astonishment that more investors don't seem to be comforted by this. To be honest, not much has been reassuring investors lately. On Monday, U.S. equities entered a bear market with closing the day more than 20 below its most recent record high set in January. A shockingly high consumer price index PI on Friday that fueled fresh fears of a rate hike appears to have been the impetus for the sell-off. Wood doesn't appear to be a deterred investor, though. Many people have denigrated our strategies as profitless tech conceptual capital or tech wreck, terms you didn't hear during the tech bubble, Goldman said. That's a beautiful thing in some ways because it means that a lot of negative news is already priced in. Nevertheless, despite this pessimism, average predictions for our portfolio's revenue growth from 2022 to 2024 vary from 25 to 27. Our portfolio's predicted revenue growth would be negative if the tech boom were to recur. Even though Cathie Wood's performance has been dismal, some investors continue to believe in her, even as others attempt to mitigate inflation risk via ETFs that track the natural resources theme. With $317 million in revenue, disruptive technology topped last week's flow receivers as investors restored confidence in Cathie Wood's approach. Over the past year, Wall Street's most successful stock picker, Cathie Wood, has seen her fortunes decline as the market value of her flagship digital innovation fund dropped more than $50 to $13 billion. Nevertheless, based on statistics from industry tracker Lipper, investors have not only stuck with her futuristic vision, but have also added more than $2 billion in net inflows to the fund. People like to wager at her company ARK, which takes its name from the biblical Ark of the Covenant, receptacle of heavenly revelation. Tom Liddon, an experienced asset manager, advised people to approach someone, look them in the eye, and gauge their level of conviction. That has helped override any concerns that this fund is broken and Cathie Wood is indeed that confident in her convictions. Speaking with Wood frequently, Robbie Greengold, an analyst at investment research firm Morningstar, said she doesn't present herself any differently in person than in public. He clarified that even in private, Wood is unwavering in his conviction. Still, there are always going to be detractors. They argued that rather than her skill in stock selection or investment analysis, Wood's success is mostly due to the Federal Reserve's lax monetary policies. Wood's quasi-prophetic certainty about the future, according to critics, is disconnected from reality, and ARK's performance has been artificially exaggerated by investing heavily in thinly traded securities. Naturally, there will always be detractors in addition to Cathie's and ARK investorial believers. Although ARK Innovations investors bought high, there was little outflow, indicating that supporters are still optimistic. As usual, it is up to you to decide whether or not to take the advice of experts. Like them, before making any significant decisions, it's crucial to conduct a thorough analysis of the stock market and economy. Check out our other videos on our channel for more information about Tesla stocks.